Showcase Beautiful in Pelham's Ballantrae. Colleen and David Black, Keller Williams Realty, 356-5412. Call on Colleen.
This is the Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, September the 19th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and I think I could just sum up the weather by saying wet and just let it go with that. Let's take a look at our Skycam network this morning, and here's a look at Cheehaw, and you can see water on the lens as it's raining over in the eastern part of the state. We can see some water on the lens, though most of the rain has ended temporarily for Montevallo, and it looks like the rain has ended at Jasper, but we can see it has rained with the wet streets. We have a rather complex situation going on, and there's a surface low over the area just to our west, and that has been a rather broad surface low that's been with us for several days. In coordination with that, we have an upper level broad area of low pressure that has also stayed just to our west, and it's meandered a little bit, creating situations like we saw overnight with a large cluster of rain, and some of that fairly heavy, resulting in a flash flood watch for much of the day. The temperatures across the southeastern U.S. are very mild with all the clouds. We're generally in the lower 70s for the most part. And you can see, looking a little closer to home, we have a little bit of rain going on early this morning. And that rain should taper off during the day. There's the rain on radar. And that should taper off during the day. And we should see additional rain and thunderstorms develop for this afternoon and tonight. And as a result, of course, a large area of the southeastern U.S. is under a flash flood watch. And the the Hydrometeorological Prediction Center, the HPC guys, forecasting as much as 4 inches across the Tennessee River Valley over the next 5 days, and it does look like the next 5 days are going to continue wet as we can't seem to get rid of that system just to our west. Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking any area for organized severe thunderstorms, and it looks like we're watching 2 areas. Believe it or not, the one approaching the Bahamas there is the remnants of Fred. Maybe James was right. Maybe Fred will still be around at Christmas, as will this low off to our west. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run. And you can see the broad area in the 500 millibar level, the broad area of low pressure off to our west that is keeping us very, very moist, and that's going to continue to develop showers and thunderstorms today. Again, I think by early afternoon we'll probably see a few peaks at the sun with the possibility of additional development going on. We do see a short wave passing by on Sunday, so once again I think that means that we're going to see additional rains on Sunday, and I would not be surprised to see a flash flood watch extended into Sunday. The trough does seem to retrograde. Now the European and the other models are not forecasting quite the same as the GFS, but the GFS is a little further to the west and keeps it off there. The other models are a little closer to us, so it could mean another wet week coming up. This is Monday, and you can see that we're still in a rather wet pattern. Now, the GFS is suggesting by Tuesday that low is going to cut off around the Four Corners area, and that is what it does on Wednesday, cuts it off around the Four Corners area, which might give us just a little break, at least in the amount of shower coverage that is occurring. By Thursday, we're seeing the development of a little bit of a ridge out ahead of that cutoff low that meanders around the Four Corners area for much of the latter part of the week. That low begins to inch our way as well as weaken a bit on Friday, and then by Saturday it's approaching the Texas Panhandle, and again with that ridge ahead of it, we do see a little break in the action, but I don't know right now that I want to take showers out of the forecast into next weekend just yet, but we'll be watching for that and maybe have a little break in the rain. And interesting that over the next week it stays pretty wet, but you can see that broad area of low pressure over Texas, and this is Tuesday the 29th, the end of the month. And then by the first part of October the 4th actually, we can see that there's still some traveling waves, but it does look like it won't be quite as wet as it is right now. It is interesting to note that we were just a couple of years ago complaining about all the drought, and now we're sort of complaining about all the wet. I expect to have the next Weather Xtreme video posted by about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Hope that you have a great Saturday, and Godspeed.
Weather.